Working Bikes was started in 1999 by a retired electrical engineer here in Chicago. He saw bikes getting thrown away and he decided, you know, I can collect those. He collected them in his basement and he was able to send an initial shipment of 100, 120 bikes to Nicaragua. In 2010, we've been able to ship about 5,000 bikes.
So we get all kinds of volunteers that come into Working Bikes. It's really a mixed bag, and I think it's really people who love bikes and want to do good. So it's a great mix.
Our pastor got together with Working Bikes and said they needed help, and so we decided we could maybe pack bikes and do some work in Chicago.
You're preventing a lot of bikes going into the trash.
That's right, that's right.
Think about all these bikes would have just gone to a landfill. Now they're being packed up and shipped overseas and changing a lot of lives.
How much we throw away that could be recycled.
Container days are pretty chaotic. We have a ton of volunteers who show up because we really need all the hands that we can get. Everybody kind of takes on a task of their own, but we really have to work together as a team to get it done. So everything gets handed off from one person to the next until it makes its way onto the container. So it really feels like a good, solid effort on everyone's part.
Not only are we getting bicycles in people's hands, but we're actually intercepting something that'll add to the waste stream. Okay, so for example, you know, there's a bike there, there's a bike there, here's a bike here. These probably just came in.
Yeah? Can I grab this one?
Yes, just be careful where you step.
So 25% of the bikes
25% of the bikes we get, we literally pull from the waste stream. And then the other 60, 75% we get from donations. You know?
Okay.
The bikes haven't been fixed, so it actually creates a labor opportunity for them, you know?
Yep.
If for some reason we were able to fix all these bikes, then there would be no labor potential created.
Right,
you know,
right.
by us
Actually,
sending
you're
the bikes
creating
over.
jobs by
Yes.
sending them over in a...
in a unrepaired fashion. You get a lot of these kind of bikes. You're talking about suspension in the front,
This is a
suspension
nice
in the
bike.
back.
Full
This is
suspension. Someone's
the-
throwing that out.
Yes. Well, here's the thing about bikes like that. There's not too many trails or not too many inclines or, you know, like paths to take. And those bikes, when they decide they don't want to ride them, since Chicago's so flat, we're able to ship those bikes to developing countries where they have no paved roads, where the terrains are uneven, and those bikes are a perfect fit for that environment.
If I'm a little girl, a little boy in Uganda and I'm getting this, I am psyched.
Yes, that's the idea.
I went down to Costa Rica and Panama in February and March of 2011 to visit our partners, the goal of which was to further the relationship, strengthen the bond, get to better understand their programs, how we can better help them, and see the impact they're having. These people are folks who can't afford bikes, you know, and the fact that we can provide that, the fact that we can enable them that independence that a bike allows them is really incredible.
I get on my bike like you put on your shoes. I like biking because I get to see Chicago more, the healthy aspect of it, and just the freedom.
So how did you guys get working with this school?
It was actually through the program coordinator, Chelsea.
I've been affiliated with Working Bikes since, for the past few years, my late husband was a volunteer, and I've always gone to them for absolutely everything I need.
We got our volunteers to fix up a bunch of bikes for them. In addition to kind of giving the kids an opportunity to learn the city a little bit more, they're also going to get some exercise. I think just having the bike as a sense of freedom for themselves is something that's really important. They start realizing, oh, I don't need to take my car. I can take my bike and I can be a part of my own community and I can become a part of other people's communities. What we pride ourselves in is our self-sufficiency. We as a board can decide what we want to do with the money. We don't have to worry about expectation or outcomes or anything that a funder would want us to do. We really have our own say in what we want to do. I think we're at the point right now where really what we value is the ability to ship bikes, and I think we try to keep our budget lean enough that even if we got additional revenues, all that means is we send more containers that year.